This is my friend Tony Ng, and I am Hoàng康力. It's time for us to move along. Coming for Naming class is a must for us. We never fail to attend our class every week. Because we have a group of brother friends to walk the path together. They are our BFF.
When I first saw Kang Li in a wheelchair brought in by his father, I was not sure if he was able to learn the Lamrim like the rest of the class. But I thought to myself, it's okay, I will just let him sit in and listen and plant the right seed. I'm very sorry to say that in my mind, I was treating him as just an observer and not a proper Lamrim student of the class. Tony was introduced to the class by Kang Li. Because of his speech difficulties, it's even harder to understand, so I was very reluctant to let them share in class. At the same time, I was also very concerned how the class will view them.
我很清楚一件事情，离开事没有法，同样的，用这个法离开有没有法，大家只会尊重师长，不会尊重同行。应援的正上，老师没办法给我们的这位的同学。如果这个你排拒了以后，你没用上法，那请问在这个情况之下，你看见的是看见的佛真的吗？是我们骗我们自己而已。
他来上课一段时期我才发觉他来这边上课是非常不方便的，因为他的地方很小，他尤其是他的那个地方江苏的地方不平嘛，有楼梯课嘛，所以我看了我感觉到很麻烦的。但是后来他讲他的同学很乐意的帮他去厕所，他跟我讲的我是比较一点。
Both Kang Li and Tony are very enthusiastic and determined to be part of the class in every lesson, every activity and volunteer work. As a result, Kang Li's father very often have to rush from work to fetch them to and from the center. Upon seeing this, Mui Hun and Ju Yong will go the extra mile to go and fetch them despite their heavy schedule.
Fetching them will take quite a long time for us to go from Jurong East to Ang Mo Kio, Tampines, all the way to Geylang. Being the driver, I will have more afflictions arising, especially when traffic is heavy, and I would start to think that having to fetch them, I have to start off very much earlier and also be late for class or performances. After reflecting how Kang Li fathers work so hard to fetch Kang Li around. This has helped me to contemplate and think that indeed they needed help, and this is all for the Sifu and Sangsi kindness repayment.
At times we really cannot make it. He will text me and says, "Mui Hun, I got something to tell you." So I replied, "What you want to tell me?" He will reply and say, "Oh, can you come and pick me and I will tell you." So immediately I will react, "Why? I just thought I told you I couldn't make it." Then after that, when I actually sat down and think, it's again displayed that he's very eager to join all the Dharma activities that we are all involved. I will go back to Jurong and tell him, say, "Hey, Kang Li just text me again." So we will rethink again, and then we will try to fit in. There are times that when we don't, and I can actually sense his disappointment.
I see in them images of Shifu and Shangshi's compassion, the willingness to go the extra mile to help a fellow sentient being. In fact, I see this quality in many of our classmates, especially during the Taiwan trip.
Because Kang Li is wheelchair bound, so getting up the bus is not easy. And when the students started discussing among themselves, instead of getting into arguments, they remember Sifu's teaching, 待人着想. So they compromise with each other. They come up with a method to truly help Kang Li up the bus. Amazingly, all this happened in just one try.
I see Kang Li and Tony as an inspiration to the rest of us in class.
Earlier this year, there's a project to recite the Green Tara. Our class numbers of recitation can be seen on the class WhatsApp. Every week, the recitation numbers increases, especially for Tony and Kang Li. I rejoice with them for giving me the push to be more diligent. Being their classmates, I'm very happy through the recitation we are able to connect with Shifu and Sanshi. I feel this is one of teachers' compassion ways to benefit us.
It is not easy for them to recite as they have difficulties in their speech. I never thought that they were so diligent in the recitation. For them to put so much effort, it shows that they have developed confidence with the teachers.
I remember Brother Tony posted on the WhatsApp. He was requesting our students to help him buy the Angry Bird bedsheet. I happened to pass by Giant at this Pasir Ris. So I thought, well, it's quite convenient. I saw it on the Pasir Ris. But little did I know that there are so many sizes, so many colors. So I called Brother Tony. Which color does he want? He says he only wants blue and single size. But at that point, there's only red color. So I said, Tony, can you take red? From his tone, he seems like he's buying for a friend. So I said, if you really want it, I shall get it for him. And I thought maybe if Pasir Ris don't have, I can always go down to this Parkway Parade. There's another Giant there. But Parkway Parade, they also don't have blue that he wanted. It has now, from a convenience, has turned into a problem for me. At that point, I remember to Omar that you must be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. For me to run from Pasir Ris to Parkway Parade is really quite inconvenient. So for Tony to do is even worse. After I gotten the bedsheet for him, when I hand over the bedsheet to Tony, really when I saw the smile on his face, it really made me really happy. But really I think that our class is special. Teacher has put in Tony and Kang Li. Now that gave us a lot of opportunity to practice what we learned. And it really made me feel that ours is special express stream compared to the rest. Now that's where we grow a lot faster. with these two brothers with us.
I no longer view康力 and Tony as observers. They've learned more than what I've expected, and they've put Shifu's teachings into practice. They've also benefited the rest of us in class. We've learned to care and share with each other like a family. Regardless of our learning abilities, Shifu's teachings, good qualities, have touched all our hearts. We've been transformed into virtuous friends to walk up this path together to Buddhahood. Shifu has changed our lives.
My aspiration is go to Taiwan again to see Shifu. I wish that one day my mother can have family with me and everywhere. Yeah.
生死轮回当中这么苦，我愿意，不管说我也依靠你们，或者有责任带着你们都没关系。你自己放弃了，那佛都没办法，我算什么？你自己不放弃，我很乐意陪你走完最后一程。
Thank you, beautiful and dancing, yeah!